Hello students, welcome to political science class. In the last class we have started chapter 2 freedom. So let's revise in brief that we have covered the meaning of freedom. Freedom has two dimensions. First, absence of constraint, and second, condition of development of potential and talent in individuals. And then we have read about the free society in which individuals can take independent decisions, but in a free society also there are minimum constraints. Now in this video we are going to identify the minimum constraint that must be there in any society and which is necessary for the development of any individual. Now, harm principle. Harm principle is a political theory introduced by John Stuart Mill, who was very famous British philosopher, and in harm principle he distinguished the actions of individual into two parts on the basis of consequences, that there are two kinds of actions, self regarding actions and other regarding actions. Self regarding actions means self protecting actions or the actions or choices that affect only oneself. इंडिविजुअल के वो एक्शंस जो सिर्फ उसी को अफेक्ट करते हैं या और उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस उसी को बियर करने पड़ते हैं. सो ऑन दैट एक्शन स्टेट और गवर्नमेंट हैज़ नॉट टू इंटरफेयर. उन एक्शंस के ऊपर लिमिटेशंस लगाने की या रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगाने की या गवर्नमेंट को या एक्सटर्नल अथॉरिटी को इंटरफेयर करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट if the actions of individual are affecting others or other regarding actions, those actions that also have consequences for others or actions which cause harm to others, government has to interfere to save from such harm. If the actions of individual causing harm to others, then external authority or the government has to interfere and protect the other people from such harm. So in order to put constraint or in order to put limitation, all actions of individuals should not be restricted. Only those actions which are causing harm to others should be restricted and should be objected. Further, harm caused can also be of two types. Harm caused can be a serious harm or it can be a minor harm. In case of minor harm, John Stuart Mill recommends only social disapproval, not the force of law. We can take the example of playing of loud music in a building is one kind of minor harm which is irritating or causing inconvenience to the other resident of the building. So there should be a social disapproval from the other resident of the building, or it can be done by refusing to greet him. So these kind of minor harms should not involve the police or no need to take any legal action against the person, but pointing out or indicating the mistake is very much important. In case of harm causing seriously to definite individuals, then legal punishment or legal action is important. And sometimes there is a case of serious harm to the reputation of the group or reputation of the people, which may put the people in danger or foment hatred. कई बार हेट कैंपेन में, प्रोटेस्ट रैलीज में दूसरे ग्रुप की रेपुटेशन इतनी ख़राब हो जाती है दैट कॉजिंग सीरियस हार्म टू द रेपुटेशन ऑफ द पीपल. सो दिस ऑल्सो कम अंडर द सीरियस हार्म. So there should be a legal punishment or legal action against the serious harm to the reputation. But these kind of protest rallies cannot be banned totally. We cannot take the severe action against these kinds of campaign or rallies because freedom of expression is our fundamental right under which we can criticize the actions of the another group. But in criticizing, if reputation of the another group is hurt, then it is wrong and come under the serious harm. So there should be a control on these kinds of activities by putting the reasonable restriction by the government. Now, negative and positive liberty. Earlier we have done the two dimensions of freedom, that were absence of external constraint and expansion of opportunity to express oneself. Absence of external constraint is known as negative liberty, whereas the expansion of opportunity is known as positive liberty. Negative liberty is concerned with minimum area of non interference, जहाँ पर कोई भी interference नहीं कर सकता कि हम हम क्या खाते हैं, हम क्या पहनते हैं. So minimum area of non-interference and positive liberty means with the interference of society there are conditions for the development of individual personality. Now negative and positive liberty. Earlier we have done the two dimensions of freedom, absence of external constraint, and second dimension, expansion of opportunity to express oneself. Absence of external constraint is known as negative liberty, whereas expansion of opportunity is known as positive liberty. Negative liberty is concerned with the minimum area of non-interference, जहाँ पर हम चाहते हैं कि कोई भी इंटरफेयर ना करे कि हम क्या खाते हैं, हम क्या पहनते हैं. बट positive liberty is concerned with the interference of social condition in which individual personality is developed. So negative liberty is concerned with freedom from and positive liberty is concerned with freedom to. It means freedom from obstacles or lack of obstacles, and freedom to means presence of control. In case of negative liberty, we ask the question that over what areas am I the master? But in case of positive liberty, we ask the question who governs me? So in case of negative liberty, no external authority can interfere. But in case of positive liberty, we assess the relationship between individual and society. So in the end, we can say negative liberty would like to expand this minimum area as much as is possible, keeping in mind however the stability of society. तो जहाँ पर नेगेटिव लिबर्टी अपने मिनिमम एरिया ऑफ नॉन इंटरफेरेंस को एक्सपेंड करना चाहती है, बट इट कैन बी एक्सपेंडेड till the point where society is stable. So we can say that negative liberty and positive liberty both go together and support each other. जहाँ पर नेगेटिव लिबर्टी ख़त्म होती है वहाँ से पॉजिटिव लिबर्टी स्टार्ट होती है. So both of them go together and support each other. Now this is the last topic, freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is our fundamental right. This is the issue belonging to the minimum area of non-interference. हम चाहते हैं कि कोई भी हमारे इस फंडामेंटल राइट में इंटरफेयर ना करे. देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन दिस फंडामेंटल राइट. सो जॉन स्टुअर्ट मिल, हु वॉज द famous British philosopher, set out the good reason why freedom of expression should not be restricted. So he gave these reasons that no idea is completely false. कोई भी आइडिया पूरी तरह से फॉल्स नहीं होता, उसमें कुछ ना कुछ ट्रुथ एलिमेंट ज़रूर होता है. उस ट्रुथ एलिमेंट को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए हमें फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन को रिस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. सो देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन द फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन. Secondly, truth does not emerge by itself. It is only through a conflict of opposing views that truth emerges. तो truth अपने आप emerge नहीं होता. हमेशा ही दो opposing views में जब conflict arise होता है तो उसी conflict में से एक truth emerge होके बाहर आता है. So that this is the another reason gave by the John Stuart Mill that freedom of expression should not be limited, and it is our basic fundamental right. People have the full right to express their feelings. If they have different feelings, conflicting feelings, they have the full right to share their views. So with this, your chapter is completed. In the next video, we will start third chapter, that is equality. Till then, stay home, study at home and be safe. Thank you.